Hello friends, in this movie, a 16-year-old girl gets intimate with her own father's friends and is forced to do so by her father just for money, but what the girl does in the end, watch till the end. At the beginning of the movie, we see a 16-year-old girl named Lee, who is going on a business trip with her father. Lee's father is the CEO of a multinational company. Today he was about to get a big deal. Lee comes to his father in the hotel and asks, "What are you doing?" Father tells that he is preparing a speech for this deal. Lee asks, "Can I go with you? I will not disturb you at all." Father says, "No, you stay in the hotel." She says, "If I run away with some drug dealers, will you like it?" Father says, "Please don't joke like this." While wearing the suit, Lee fixes her father's shirt. Father asks, "Do I need to wear a tie?" Lee says, "No need to wear, you are looking good." After this, the father leaves out for the meeting. Lee was feeling bored in hotel. After that, Lee take a shower and went out in normal clothes. When she goes to the elevator, a man of middle age enters. When the man is pressing the button for his floor, he accidentally touches Lee. Lee was chewing bubblegum like a teenage girl in her fun, the man carefully watching her. After some time, the man's floor comes, and soon as he goes out he turns and tries to see Lee, but the door of the lift is locked. Lee reaches her room and sees that her father has come. He was very angry as she has gone out without telling her father. After some time, the father comes to Lee and says sorry. He says, "I am worried about you. After all, I have to take care of you," and hugs Lee. Lee also understands his point and says sorry. Father tells Lee that the hotel management has organized a dinner, so you two, get ready. We have to have a corporate dinner. She takes her father's white shirt and wears it. Lee asks her father, "Did you get the contract?" He does not respond and says, praising her, that "You are looking very beautiful in this shirt." After this, father says that let's come back with the contract only. Father takes Lee to the party. He introduces a man named Christian, that this is my daughter, Lee, as well as he also tells her about Christine, that he's our purchase manager. Lee's father asks Christian, "Do you have time? I want to talk to you about something." Then they talk to the side. Lee had also met Christian in the lift. It was the same man who was starring Lee. Lee talks to other people, only then her attention goes to her father, who is arguing with Christian about something. After the argument, Lee's father becomes very sad. Lee comes to him and asks, "What happened, Dad? Can I help?" Lee's father tells her, "What will you help? Can you get me that contract? If you can, then give it to me," saying that he leaves from there. Lee gets very upset after listening to her father and goes to the terrace where Christian was already there. He asks Lee, "Do you like this place?" Lee says nothing special. Christian, smoking a cigarette, comes up to her and puts his muffler around her neck. He says it is too cold. Lee also agrees and she says nothing. Christian says, "Where do you live?" Lee says, "We live everywhere because Dad's job makes him go to many places often." Well, she used to live in Switzerland many years ago. She has spent most of her time in Switzerland because her father is from there. Then Christian asks, "Don't you feel lonely because of traveling a lot?" And Lee says no. She says, "In different cities, I keep meeting different people, that's why I don't feel lonely." Christian liked her answer. Actually, Christian was the purchasing manager of another company who could have given the contract to her dad. Lee takes out his muffler and gives it to him and says that his father must be looking for her, "So I have to go." Saying this, she goes. When the corporate meeting starts, Lee is also sitting with him. Christian is sitting right to Lee. Lee's father says, "We will give you better corporate at less price, so give me the contract." Christian says to reduce the price a little. Christian touches Lee's feet with the wrong intentions. Lee, staring at him, drives her feet. Lee's father is watching all this, yet he smiles lightly. Lee does not understand and she gets up and walks away. Lee's father comes to her. Then she tells her father that it is strange. Then his father says that everyone is more open in corporate. That's why all this is normal here. Then, father takes her inside the hotel, where after dinner people are drinking and dancing. Christine asks Lee to dance with him. At first, she hesitates, then begins to dance with Christine. While dancing, Lee looks at his father, but her father ignores her at the party. Lee thinks why his father is not stopping him from dancing. She leaves Christian and goes to her father. She asks him to dance, but her father disagrees with her. Christian slowly takes her to the other side of the party. While dancing, Christian and Lee comes to close. Lee also starts getting a little attracted to Christian. She sees that her father is lying in his own fun. He's not paying attention to her, even after looking at her. This is all very strange because before today her father had never given her so much freedom. While dancing, Christian comes very close to Lee and starts kissing her. Lee sees her dad. Even after seeing all this, her dad silently leaves there. Lee finds it all very strange. Then Christian distracts her and says, "Let's go out of here." Then Lee goes to his room with Christian. Christian offers her a vodka. Lee is breathing heavily while drinking vodka. After some time, Christian comes behind Lee, starts kissing her. Then Lee and Christian intimate in the room. Immediately after intimate, Christian gets up and leaves while Lee is still sitting there and starts thinking, why did he leave without saying anything? Lee goes back to the party hall. There is still a party in the hall. Lee goes to her dad. She noticed that they are looking very happy. These people were arguing with each other a little while ago. It seems as if they are celebrating something together. Lee understands that his father has got the contract, and this is his celebration. Lee also goes and takes a glass of wine. Lee's father comes to her ear and says that he has got the contract. Lee had already understood that after Christian and her romance, her father got the contract. She sees that Christine is losing sight of her. Commenting on her father, she says, "Great work, Dad." And her father says that you have drunk too much. Lee says that I haven't even started yet. After that, Lee starts kissing Christian in front of everyone. Then her father starts pulling her back. Then Lee goes outside the hotel. Lee's father follows her saying sorry to everyone. Lee calls for a taxi. Lee's father goes to her and starts wearing her coat. Lee starts crying at this. Lee's father tries to understand her. She has understood that her father had used her for a deal, and she was also angry with Christian because she felt that there was something else between them, but Christian had also used her. Lee's father says that tomorrow everything will be fine, but Lee was completely broken because her father had broken her trust. Lee leaves her father's hand and goes into the taxi. Father says, "Please stop. I have no one else except you. Please." She starts crying. Then she does not stop and starts leaving in a taxi. Her father is left behind. So, trust is delicate. Don't break it. Once broken, it will never come back in its original shape. After this scene, the movie ends here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more explanations.